young girl. We are back with a new episode this week. I want to start by saying thank you to who all have been watching, listening, sharing, and commenting on our platform. We can be found on YouTube, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasts, or anywhere you can search for Hey Young Girl. Thank you. So, today I want to talk about how you may not always get what you want out of life, but most times you're going to get what you need. For instance, using, just with technology as an example. So, you spent all this time working on something and it goes, it gets deleted. The outcome wasn't what you wanted, but maybe that needed to happen for you to realize that you have trouble dealing with conflict, or you may have trouble dealing with your emotions, or you may have, uh, trouble dealing with patience because, maybe you had the information in the cloud or you backed it up on a hard drive. So, even though in that instance you didn't get what you wanted and, that situation led to a difficult thing for you or maybe gave you a few more steps. But in the end, you may have learned how to deal with conflict or learned how before you have a meltdown, there are other things that you can do to still get to your destination. You hear a lot about after the breakup, the person may have gotten to the best shape of their life, or they were able to meet the love of their life after that because you were able to see all of the things within the person that you were with that you do not like or that you do not, you know, equally yoke with you. So that relationship needed to dissolve or, break away. That way now you can see what you truly are made of because maybe you were a codependent person or you always were having attachments to people. You just got into a relationship after relationship after relationship and you never really gave yourself any chance or time to develop yourself or figure it out what it is that you like and what are your aspirations in life. You always just paired yourself with someone else and you just jumped on whatever they liked and whatever their interests were and whatever their hobbies were. And, you just did those things because you wanted to be with that person. So when y'all broke up, you didn't have an identity because you were so fixated on doing whatever or being whatever this person wanted you to be in order for you to be with them. So that needed to break up, or that person needed to break your heart to really see, what you are capable of as an individual. And maybe it did, teach you how to love yourself or how to stay focused and not let a relationship distract you from what your purpose and what your aspirations were. So, from that loss, I talked about this before that you learned the lesson out of that. So, some things, like I said, you may not get what you wanted, but you got what you needed. So another great example was, um, maybe you were hoping for a certain position or a raise or, something like that. And you ended up getting fired instead. Well, maybe you were thinking too small. You really aspire to be an entrepreneur or you really aspire to be, someone that have more credentials. So because you, maybe had was looking at something like, well, if I get a little increase in pay or I get this title, you know, then I'll be okay with that. I'm making more money. I have this position of power where I can manage people and this, that, and the third. Well, that job or that increase of pay or that title came with working on the weekends and, you know, being able to fill in if somebody called off, or having to come in on the holidays because you're a part of management. Um, just working now your salary now, since you got this salary job. So you're working all of these extra hours, but no more money. What you really needed was more money, but you didn't want to work more hours, or, you know, you really wanted to go back and, get your bachelor's degree, but now since you didn't got this new title, you no longer have the time to be able to go and take some classes to be able to do that, because now you're constantly on daytime. To be thankful for some of the things that you were bypassed on, or some of the friendships or connections you wanted didn't work out, because you really needed somebody that was going to be loyal to you, or friendships that were going to always have your back, and protect your name in rooms when you're not in them, and show up for you when you're having bad days, or have your back when you are low, and they can kind of come and fill you back up, because those people are aligned and they really care about you, versus you wanted this alignment with this person because maybe they're popular, or they seem like they had money, or whatever the reason was. So that, you know thank God that you didn't get what you wanted in that situation, but you did end up getting what you needed. All right, now I hope that makes sense to you all, and appreciate you all for showing up, and giving me feedback, and if it resonates with you, come back next week. Bye.